back to my channel. Today we're going to be going into the world of digital electronics. In the recent weeks we've been concentrating on analog electronics, but today we're going to be switching gears into the digital world. We're going to be looking at Arduino Unos or Node MCUs. Right, so we're going to be building projects with this. For this project we're going to be using RemoteXY. We're going to create an account with RemoteXY and just log in. Right, so let's get started. So here I'm going to log in. Already created an account. And we're going to create this circuit that allows us this application. We're going to create this application that will allow us to control LEDs from a remote location. Later we're going to be giving other tutorials on Arduinos and related projects. Right, so today we have two switches and we're going to be controlling some LEDs. Before we go further, since we're going to be using Node MCU, it's important for us to look at the pinouts of the Node MCU. So here you have the pinout for the Node MCU. It has two inbuilt LEDs. There's one up to the top right if the antenna is pointing up, and then one to the bottom left if the USB port is pointing down. So the one to the top right is connected to D0 or GPIO 16, and the one to the bottom left is connected to D4 or GPIO 2. Very important to know this. So another thing we might need for this is this application, RemoteXY application for Arduino. So you want to download this. Let's go back to RemoteXY and configure our application. So this switch, we can just leave them the way they are, but we can also change the labels on them. So let's change the shape, for instance. So this shape is rectangular. We can change it to an ellipse. So ellipse, and this we also change to ellipse. Okay, so these are the switches. Let's configure the boards we use. Select any of these. So I'm going to click on Bluetooth. Takes us here. The Node MCU has an on-chip Wi-Fi and on-chip Bluetooth. So we're going to select Wi-Fi because we want to use Wi-Fi for this project. And what kind of device we need? Again, we're going to use the Node MCU version 2. If in doubt, check your board and verify the version you're using. Version 2 and 3, the difference is mostly around, in terms of physical look, this IC here towards the USB port is a little bit longer for the version 3 versus the version 2, which has almost like a square shape and has pins on all sides. Alright, so what module are we going to use here? So since the chip has an onboard Wi-Fi, we're going to select Wi-Fi on chip. Last but not the least is the IDE environment you're going to be programming it. In this case we're using Arduino. Apply, and you are done right there. The remaining things is to configure the switches, right? So we're going to rearrange the switch. So switch 1 comes first and switch 2. So click on switch 1 and basically you want to tell the code what to do with switch 1. So we're going to say snap that switch 1 to pin D0. Remember, D0 is connected to one of the LEDs, and for switch 2, snap the pin to D4 that is connected to the second LED. I think this is basically it. Now you want to configure your Wi-Fi access point. You want to configure your Node MCU as a Wi-Fi access point. So we're going to give it a name. So why not? So we're going to call it Hacker World ESP. Okay. I'm going to give you the password. You can give it anything you want. So let's try 11223344. So it doesn't matter, it can give it anything you want. Then the port, let's give it port 80. I think we are about done. Alright, we are about done. So then click on get source code. I don't think there's any. Let's look at the view. You can change. Yeah, we can make it to have both orientations, vertical and horizontal. If you want to give it a password, you can go ahead and do that. You can also change the background color to any color you like. Alright, and what again? For the elements, you can change the colors as well. Why not? You can pick any color of choice, and I think we're pretty much done. The background color can do again anything you want for the switch. Background color, let's make it blue. Make this one blue as well. So choose any color of blue that you want, or any other color. It doesn't have to be blue. Choose anything you want. Alright, so this one, background for that was this blue here. Alright, so this one you can also make it to be the same. Can make it to be the same blue. I think it's a little bit deeper, so let's make it a little bit deeper. Anyways, this is just choice. It doesn't matter. It's too deep. Again, not important. So let's go ahead and complete our code. Just click on get source code, and you have the source code right here. So you don't need to know how to program at all to be able to do this. Copy this code, and you want to go to your Arduino IDE and paste the code that to install the libraries. You have to go on File, go to Preferences, and I'm going to paste this link in the description. So you want to copy this link and paste here in the additional board URLs. So for example, if you want to paste this one, you just put the comma delineated. So you put comma and paste, and then you just click OK, right? Then when you go here to tools, sketch, include libraries, manage board libraries, and then here you want to search for RemoteXY and install the driver. So just wait for the libraries to load, and then you're gonna search for RemoteXY. I already installed it, but when you do that, you're gonna see the RemoteXY library. Get the latest version and install. Right, so I've installed it, so I'm not gonna reinstall. I probably have an older version. No, I have the latest version, 0.6 installed. So this will be downgrading my installation. I have 2.4.6 installed. So get the latest at the time you're watching this video and click on install. Once it's done installing, you're good. You go back to tools, select the board. Right, your board is Node MCU. You want version 1, Node MCU 1, ESP12. You want to select this. So just go through your boards and select the board. Again, I already pre-selected this, so there's no problem. But when you scroll through, you're gonna see all the boards you have, and you select the appropriate one for you. Okay, so once you select the board, the next thing is to select your port. The port is in our case, nothing is plugged in, so we have to plug it in to get a port. Okay, so I'm gonna plug it in. All right, Alright, once you have it plugged in, the port will go from being gray to non-gray, and we can go ahead and select the port. So tools, port A, right? So we have the right port selected. And one more thing you have to do here, you have to understand that the node MCU right here has it's an active high output for the D pins, the IO pins are active high, especially for these LEDs. So you want to change the logic here. So we want it to be high first, and then low. So when you click on the button, it goes high, and then when you click it again, it goes low. So we're going to switch it up. So it's going to be high first and then low. This is the only change you have to do in this. If you didn't change this, okay, let's you know what, let's leave this the way it was. Okay, low and high, high and low. We changed the top one, we didn't change the bottom one. So in this code, we're just gonna put a comment which say changed and unchanged, so we can monitor what happens when we toggle the switch. All right, this is it basically. So in the code, if you want to understand this code, during the setup, this is done one time. This is setup. This pin switches, this pin, the switch 1 and switch 2 are tied to outputs. They declared as outputs, and this happens only one time during the initialization. But when the code starts running, you have this runs continuously. These two lines of code, you can add more codes to execute here, but these two lines of code run continuously. Whenever you click the button, it will toggle the switch connected to the LED. So we're done here. So this is our SSID for our access point, and there's a password, and then that's the port. That's all you need to do right now. So we've included a library. This was included for you automatically from the code that you copied, and we're using this board, ESP8266. That is it right there. So we can upload this sketch. So first of all, it will compile the sketch, and if everything is good, it will start flashing the node MCU. You will notice some light flashing once it starts to flash. And then in the meantime, we're going to prepare our smartphone to download the application, the RemoteXY. We have this downloaded already, so we're going to just launch it. So we have it already here. We will add a new device, and we're going to scan, go to Wi-Fi hotspot, and we're going to scan for Hacker World ESP. Once it's launched, you're going to see it here, but let's wait for the application to install first. Let's wait for the sketch to upload first. Now it's done uploading. You can see one of the LEDs is on and the other LED is off. Remember, in the code here, we have left one unchanged. The one that we left unchanged, where is it? Yeah, the one we left unchanged stays high. The one we changed is off. Now all we need to do now is to add this Hacker World ESP to the Wi-Fi access point. So right there you see Hacker World ESP. Click on it, and it will ask for the password. The password as we use here was 11223344. Connect. And while it's connecting, it will load the application we just developed onto this device. Now we have our application loaded. Alright, we have the two switches. Now we can control those LEDs, toggle them. Alright, so that is it for us today. You can see it works as intended. Now we can flip the phone. We have to redesign the layout, so design the layout so it can be centered. Anyways, that is it from us today. We're going to be introducing you to more things like this so you can control light from in your house from different locations of the house. Remember, in this code you don't have to put your actual Wi-Fi username and password. You just create new access point using the node MCU. Create username and password, so you can actually take this and travel with it to any place and it will still work. Why? Because you don't have to know the access point of the place that you're traveling to. All you need to do is create an access point which you've already created, take your application to the new place, launch the RemoteXY on your phone, find the access point you created, connect to it, and it will transfer your application. You can get another device, connect to the same access point, it will transfer the application to the new device, as long as you have the RemoteXY application installed. So next time we're going to look at other devices. Let's make a little change here. Let's make this to line up, because this is on and the LED is on. This is on but the LED is off because we switched the code. So let's go back to the code and fix this. Okay, so the one that we say is unchanged, we're going to change it, and we're going to write this code over here. Okay, I'm going to upload it one more time. Now both of them are changed, so the implication will be after the code is installed, on will actually turn the LED on and off will turn it off. Alright, so LED 1 and switch 1 functions as should. LED 2 and switch 2 are reversed, but we're going to fix that right now. The new code is being uploaded, so this app might crash, yeah, but once it finishes uploading we can reconnect. And once you've connected one time, you have the access point saved on your RemoteXY, so next time you can easily connect to it. The code has completed installing, so we just connect back to it, and we can see both LEDs are off now because the switches are proper now. So I can turn them on and then turn them off. You can do them together. You can sensitive to multiple touch, so you can have multiple switches here, control different points in your house using this RemoteXY. Alright, go to their website remotexy.com, sign up and create an account, and you start programming. Okay, you don't need any experience, you don't have to have any coding experience, but you are encouraged to look at the code, try to understand the code, and you can modify it for any other thing in the future. Alright, thanks for coming, and we'll be showing you more circuits using Arduino Uno. We'll be showing you others using RemoteXY and show you how you can develop other applications. Next time we're going to work with remoteme.org. We're going to show you another website that you can use for controlling devices from a remote location. So this time around we're working with remotexy.com. Next time we're going to be trying remoteme.org, and then we also show you how to write your own codes and to control devices from home, so you can create home IoT devices. We can show also how to integrate analog electronics with digital electronics. On the right hand side here we have our good old friend analog electronics, but on the left hand side here we have our digital electronics, right? So we're switching gradually from analog to digital, and at some point we're going to merge them together to try other sensors and other applications. Alright, thanks again for watching. Please like this video, and yeah, tell your friends about this video, share, subscribe. Remember to click on that notification bell, so when I post another video you'll be one of the first to know. Okay, please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you, and bye bye.